Alright, coming back to the center. Now from here, inhale, take both your hands up, inch up, lengthen and look up, stretching the sides of the body. From here, inhale and exhale. Your right hand goes to the right side, stretching the left side of the body. Look up. Inhale, coming back up to the center. Exhale towards the opposite side. Left hand to the left side, stretching the right side. Look up to the right. Inhale, coming back up to the center. Exhale, down to the right side. This time try to place the right elbow down, stretching the left. Look up. Inhale, coming back up to the center. Exhalation towards the opposite side. Left elbow down, stretch the right. Look up. Inhale, coming back up to the center. Now we twist, exhale. Right hand goes behind, left hand over the right knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, coming back up to the center. Exhale, opposite side. Right hand goes over, left hand behind. One more time. Inhale, coming back up to the center. Exhale, twisting to the right side. Take your right hand, try to bind the left thighs. Look back. Inhale, coming back up to the center. Exhale towards the opposite side. Right hand goes over, left hand behind to the thighs. Look back. Inhale, coming back up to the center. And exhale and take both your hands behind, fingers facing in, rolling the shoulders back, lift your chest up, look up. Inhale, taking both your hands up. And exhale, lengthen forward. Try to maintain your bum on the floor and comfortable, forehead down. Inhale and exhale, slowly walking your hands back up. Alright, now from here, straighten your legs, shake your legs. Alright, back straight, flex your foot. Point, flex, 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 release and rotate clockwise and anti-clockwise. Alright, take both your hands forward, so you start to flip. rotate your wrist. Alright, hands towards the shoulders, rotate your shoulders. Alright, release now both hands behind, bend both the knees, side to side. To the right, to the left. Alright, coming back to the center. Now from here, taking the legs apart, flexing the foot back straight. Inhale and exhale, both knees to the right side. Inhale, coming back to the center. Exhale, down to the left, to the right, 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 to the left. Coming back to the center. Now from here, taking both the legs to buttocks by both. Alright, straight your legs, shake your legs. Alright, now from here, crossing your legs, coming to a tabletop position, moving to a couple of cat-cow here. Alright, now from here, tuck your toes, slowly coming to a downward dog position, slowly starting to cycle here, right, left, Alright, when you're ready, try to hold a steady downward dog here, pushing through the shoulders. Stay here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, right leg up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right leg down, in the way towards the right, left leg back and up towards the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Place the leg down. Now from here, shift the weight towards the left hand, right hand back, and up towards the sky. Hold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Changing the hands, right hand down, shift the weight, left hand back and up towards the sky. Hold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Place both the hands down. Now from here, look forward, bend the knees and slowly starting to walk, walk, walk. Interlocking the elbows. You can stay there hanging, swing to the right, swing to the left. Alright, bend the knees more, let the hands drop and come up, vertebrae by vertebrae. As you come up, you also send your hands high, interlock your hands, come onto your tippy toe, tuck the tailbone, take them the sides again, stay here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Heels down. From here, inhale and exhale, lean your body towards the right side, look up to the left, keeping the stretch, tailbone tucked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Inhale, coming back to the center, and exhale towards the opposite side. Stay here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Inhale, coming back to the center. Release your hands towards the hips, legs apart, and hip rotation. Right and to the left. Alright, now from here, keeping your legs together, slightly bend the knee, hands above the knee, and knee rotation. Couple of times to the right and to the left. Once you're done, coming in front of your mat, keeping your hands apart, feet apart, focusing on your body from top to bottom. right, open your eyes, coming in front of your mat, getting ready for a couple of round of sun salutation. From here, inhale and exhale, hands in front, prayer position. Inhale up, arch your back, open the chest. Exhale, bend forward. Bend the knee if you need to, palms besides the foot. Inhale, right leg back. Holding the breath, other leg back. Exhale, knees, chest and chin to the floor. Inhale, slide up into cobra. Tucking the toes, exhale, downward facing dog. You can throw the shoulders. Inhale, right leg forward. Exhale, other leg forward. Inhale, up, arch your back, open the chest. Exhale, palms down, hands down. Left side. Inhale and exhale, prayer position. Inhale up, arch your back, open the chest. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, left leg back. Holding your breath, other leg back. Exhale, knees, chest and chin to the floor. Inhale, slide up into cobra. Tuck your toes, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg forward. Exhale, other leg forward. Inhale up, arch your back, open the chest. Exhale, palms down, hands down. Inhale and exhale, prayer position. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale, right leg back. Holding the breath, other leg back. Exhale, knees, chest and chin to the floor. Inhale, slide up into cobra. Tuck your toes, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward. Exhale, other leg forward. Inhale, up, arch your back, open chest. Exhale, palms down. Left. Inhale and exhale, prayer position. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, left leg back. Holding the breath, other leg back. Exhale, knees, chest and chin to the floor. Inhale, slide up into cobra. Tuck your toes, exhale, downward facing. Inhale, left leg forward. Exhale, other leg forward. Inhale, up, arch your back, open the chest. Exhale, arms down, hands down. Next, inhale and exhale, prayer position. Inhale, up, arch your back, open the chest. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, right leg back. Holding the breath, other leg back. Exhalation, knees, chest and chin to the floor. Inhale, slide up into cobra. Tap your toes, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward. Exhale, other leg forward. Inhale, up, arch your back, open chest. Exhale, palms down, hands down, left. Inhale and exhale, prayer position. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, left leg back. Holding the breath, other leg back. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide up, cobra. Tuck your toes, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg forward. Exhale, other leg forward. Inhale, up, arch your back, open the chest. Exhale, palms down, hands down. 2 more rounds. Inhale and exhale, prayer position. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, right leg back. Holding the breath, other. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Tuck your toes, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward. Exhale, other leg forward. Inhale, up, arch your back, open the chest. Exhale, palms down, hands down, left side. Inhale and exhale, prayer. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, left leg back. Holding the breath, other leg back. Exhalation, knees, chest and chin to the floor. Inhale, slide up into cobra. Tuck your toes, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg forward. Exhale, other leg forward. Inhale, up, arch your back, open the chest. Exhale, palms down, hands down. Last round we do with 10-second hold. Inhale and exhale, prayer position. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Either you can catch the big toes or the ankle or hands underneath and lengthening yourself down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And stand. Place both your palms on the floor. Inhalation, taking your right leg back. Holding the breath, other leg back. Looking through the shoulders, hold your body in one line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And stand. Exhale. Knees, chest, and chin to the floor. Inhale, slide up into cobra. Stay here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And stand. Tucking the toes, exhalation, downward dog. Pushing through the shoulders, holding a steady downward dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Handstand. Inhale, bringing your right leg forward, back knee down, raise yourself up, interlock the hands behind your back, pushing the hip forward, and let the fingers or the knuckle aim towards the floor. Stay here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And stand. Place both your palms on the floor. Exhale, bringing your left leg forward, catching the big toes, ankle, lengthen yourself down. Stay here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And stand. Inhale, up, arch your back, open the chest. Exhale, palms down, hands down. Left side, the last side. Inhale and exhale, prayer position. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Once again, catching the big toes or the ankles, lengthening yourself down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And stand. Place both your palms on the floor. Inhale, taking your left leg back, holding the breath, other leg back. Taking through the shoulders, stay here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then exhale, knees, chest, chin to floor. Inhale, slide up into cobra. Scapula retracted, pulling the shoulders back, space between the ears and your shoulders. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then tuck your toes, exhale, downward facing dog, pushing through the shoulders, stay here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Exhale, bringing your left leg forward, back knee down, raise yourself up, interlock the hands behind your back, pushing the hips forward and stay here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Place both your palms on the floor. Inhale, exhale, bringing your right leg forward, catching the big toes, hands underneath the foot or ankle, last lengthen here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Inhale up, arch your back, open the chest. Exhale, palms down, hands down. Keeping your hands apart, feet apart. Focusing on your breath here, allowing your breath to completely calm down. Open your eyes. Now from here, keeping your legs together or hip level apart. From here, inhale and exhale, coming into Utkatasana here, holding a chair position here. Make sure you're not loosening the inner part of the foot. Make sure there is pressure on the inner part of the foot. Chest facing forward and hold the chair position here. Tucking the tailbone. Make sure your knee is not overlapping the toes. And stay here, look forward. If hands up in the sky is hard, hold prayer position. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay. 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale and exhale. Twist your body towards the right side, pressing into the prayer position and twist. After you twist, try to lengthen the chest up and hold here. So they touch each other. It's very 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With each exhalation, pressing down a little bit more. 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, coming back into Utkatasana, using the strength of the legs as you exhale, push towards the opposite side and stay here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Inhale, coming back to Utkatasana. From here, inhale and exhale, straight the legs. Now from here, we're going to take the legs a little bit apart. You're going to try to keep your heels directly underneath the glutes. From here, lifting the chest up, try to anteriorly tilt the pelvic. Inhale, fold from the hips and hold your body here. Make sure you're shifting the weight forward. If you have knee pain or if you feel like the back is rounding, bend the knee and keep the back flat. We're trying to keep the thighs and the abdomen close. Stay here. 1. But you need to have your back straight also. Make sure you shift the weight forward. Weight is on the big toe also, not just on the heels. Anterior. Every time forward bend, anterior. Shift the weight forward. Make sure you have weight on the front part of the foot and stay here. 1. Hands towards the hips. You're looking for a back bend here, opening the chest more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stay. 9. Now from here, like holding on to this sensation. As you go forward, if you feel like this sensation is going and you're rounding your back, you can compensate by bending the knees. Understand? Sometimes when you go forward, there's a limit, your back starts to round. So you start to bend the knees. Find that limit. Let the abdomen be rested on the thighs. Straight the knees. From here, cast the ankle. As you exhale, slowly straighten. You try to keep that flat spine throughout the practice. But how you do that is playing with the knees. Maybe you bend, maybe you straighten. And stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Bend the knee and inhale, coming back up to the center. As you come back, take the support back. You're going to support the lower back. Take your legs a little bit more apart. Try to bring your scapula together. Lifting the chest up, push the hips forward. Either if you're comfortable, look up or look forward. Stay here. 1. Fan? Is it fan or the light? I heard the light. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Inhale, coming back to the center and releasing. Now take your legs a little bit more apart and hip rotation. Push the hip forward and rotate. Alright, now everyone turn towards this side. From here, taking your legs apart. Trying to keep both your hands towards the sides. Bring your heels, bring your outside of the foot in line with the hands, in line with the center of the forearms. Make sure your chest is lifted up. From here, open the right leg towards the right side. Make sure you're pressing the inner part of the right foot. As you exhale, slowly start to bend the right knee. Coming into warrior 2 here. Tucking the tailbone, your knees and heels are going to be parallel. And stay here. 1. Towards the cage. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pressing through the right leg, inhale, coming back up to the center. Now from here, closing the right, opening the left. As you exhale, slowly start to bend the left leg. Try to find knees and heels in one line. And hold up. Warrior. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, stay. 5, 4, 3, 2, and one press through the left leg, inhale, coming back up to the center. And coming back on top of your mat, straight your legs, shake your legs. Okay, you can just take the chart and see where we left off. No. Really? Okay. Yeah, you're right. Ega Padasana. Okay, so in Hatha Yoga, as I was saying, we don't have warrior 1, warrior 2 or warrior 3. We have one posture which is Eka Padasana. What is the meaning of Eka? One. Pada? Okay. And Asana? Posture. Okay, so we're just going to keep that, we're going to do it in both ways. Now, what I want you to know is why we did warrior 2 at the end. See, most of the times when you do lateral stretches, what are lateral stretches? Can be Trikonasana, side, anything that fits the sides of the body. The setup that you're looking, that means the body alignment that you're looking for is basically a warrior 2. So it's better to bring the people into a foundational pose as warrior 2, and then you can start to teach Trikonasana or Parthukkonasana, all these.
Where do warrior 1, 2, 3? What type of yoga do they sit with them?
What type of yoga?
Yeah, like they don't come with hatha. Where are they?
It comes in Ashtanga. Warrior series are all from Ashtanga.
But why there are no hatha?
Because it's not a classical pose.
And if I teach in hatha,
No problem. That's what we are going to do now.
it's my favorite.
Because I say, in a perspective of this poster is a great setup. Why I say it's a great setup is, it's a great way to bring people. For example, I want to teach lateral stretches, right? So I need to get that feeling of, okay, this is how you're going to stand in lateral position, this is going to be the alignment that you're going to take. Now let me take you into, which one? Into Trikonasana also. If you know the Hatha Vinyasa or Vinyasa Krama class we do of the continuous flow, in that one I use a lot of warrior 2. Because all of my stretches there are kind of lateral. Only for some postures that I use warrior 1, which are if I am going for revolve twisting or high lunges and all, I can always use warrior 1 because that is the hip position that I want. So the way that I use warrior 1 and warrior 2 can be a great setup to teach lateral or forward. Okay? Can I have you here, Susan? You can write it later. Okay, so simply take, we'll do outside. I want you to place your heels on this part of the mat, like not inside, but here. Follow? Come. Now you see, sometimes you see a wider stance of, sometimes you see very wide distance in warrior 2, sometimes you see shorter distance. Whichever distance you take. The idea, can you take the legs apart? More apart? Okay, because if you look at Iyengar, now Iyengar has very wider stance. Because the more wider stance you take, you can actually use this posture as a hip opener. The more wider you take, and when you try to externally rotate, you start to feel it in the hips. So if you take that wide more, it becomes like a hip opening. You're trying to work on your hips. Okay? But same thing, if you have, there is another problem with this. Even though it works as a hip opening, if you take a lot of wider stance, but you lack hip opening, everything is going to start to come on the knee. Yes? And I have another question. We always say when you take the right leg to the right side, just simply open. Oh, don't go just this. Okay, open the right to the right side. Now bend the knee, right? We always say don't let it overlap, right? So let me ask you to take it more forward. What happens? Why? Because your body clearly can do it.
But you have a lot of load on knees,
Yes.
on all the fascia.
But when we run, when we climb up the stairs,
it's not, when you run, it's dynamic.
yes,
This is loading, steady.
yes,
So
it comes with something which you are staying for a longer period of time. As I say in yoga, when you used to hold these postures 4 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, when you start to hold this for excessive, for example, static holds. In static holds, it's always better to arrange, or we say stacking things on top. the weight distribution is much more better. When you start to go over, you start to stress the muscle. When you start to stress the muscle, after a certain period of time, it loses its energy. When it loses its energy or power, you start to directly impact the joints. Simple as that. Okay? But when you start to do it, same thing, if you're running for a lot also, most of the times when runners also have this knee pain, you know, like wear and tear, all these kind of things are also happening. When the muscular structure starts to become tired, you start to have these wear and tear, or what do you call that? I forgot, it will come to me. Okay, but now here I want you to open the right leg to the right side. Now when she opened the right leg to the right side, you see that this hip came back, right? Because that is one of the natural things to do. Because when you don't have some movement from the thighs, what happens? Your body starts to compensate by sending the left hip forward so that she can come more efficient. But when you notice, this is the same thing that we do in Trikonasana. If you straight the legs, it becomes like a Trikonasana. So we start to push the hips forward so that we can go to the side. So these are the things that we are trying not to do, right? But what if when I ask her to pull this back, the knee starts to fall, but the knee goes into that angle, but the foot is here, right? When you start to excessively do this, this is when you start to feel pain here, or you start to feel pain inside. What is the best thing that you can do? Where the knee goes, the toe follows. You don't need to make sure the toe is this side and the knee is there. If the knee and the toe can go in one line, perfect. Otherwise, I ask her to pull this back, right? As she pulls this back, the knee is falling in. I'm going to compensate with this. We don't want any load here. We want to be feeling here and pulling this back. So the action that happens is this thigh is trying to rotate, right thigh, the knee which is bending, it is trying to rotate to the right side. The other one is trying to rotate to the opposite side. So there is two actions. This goes this side, this goes this side.
So it's both external.
Yeah, externally rotating, both of them. And see the part, this leg, you can always keep a little bit 45. Just a tad, not too much here. Here in this foot, you're making sure that you're pressing the outer arch of the foot in this one. In that one, you're pressing the inner arch of the foot. Okay? Notice that. So this is the option that's here, 1 and 2. Now from here, you're trying to think of the back. You're trying to spread the back. What happens? When you start to spread the back, easily saying you can start to tuck the tailbone. But then comes another problem in this. What happens when you tuck the tailbone? You're doing two opposite actions which is hard to do. Which are?
Hip opening.
Yes. When you're tucking, as I said, if you want to do hip opening, which is trying to open the right leg, but you do it with a tuck. So when you start to do an excessive tuck, it is natural that this leg falls in. Yes? So, keeping the tuck, you have to keep it under control. Don't go for an aggressive tuck. You're kind to spread the back. So if I want to tell people spread the back, they're like, what is it? They don't understand what spread the back is. If I tell you spread the back, the movement that you should do is very hard to understand. So the next best thing that you can say is tuck. This is one of the reasons most people say tuck, 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 is you get that spread in the back. Here I still want you to use the tuck, but in a more comfortable manner than too much. This is the same thing that we will be applying for Trikonasana also. Now, it is okay if it's falling a little bit forward, because if you're too much fighting with this, as I said, everything is going to be a problem here. Okay, so trying to keep this external, even if it falls a little bit, it's fine. Taking your hands to the sides. Follow? Now, what I want you to do is think from here, look to the toes here, this toe. Okay, the second toe. I want you to try to align your knees with that toe. Okay, now you start to bend the knee. The moment you feel like this is going to go, keep on bending. Is it gone? Yes, that's enough. Do you understand? If you want to know the alignment by yourself, you can slowly start to align it with this toe, bending the knee. When the moment you feel like this toe is gone, maybe a little bit more forward, and then perfect, you can stay there. Okay, now every time you do the warrior, there is an action which is going forward, but this is not what we want. We want to make an action which is kind of pulling you back, trying to lift from the sides, hands slightly up, fingertips engaged. Imagine as if somebody is pulling you back. Then from here, look to the side which the knee is bending. You look through the index finger. You can look through forward. You can also keep the chin a little bit up.
upper body should be turned direction.
It's always there. Where the hip is facing, your upper
Not this
body goes.
direction.
This way?
Yeah.
No. That is warrior 1. This is warrior 1. This is warrior 2.
Warrior
Okay.
two is-
Yes. It's like a let's just say I'm going to work on my lateral stretches, so this is what I'm going to use for lateral. Okay? So here. And the last thing I want you to think, make sure this pelvic is being pulled down. Somebody is kind of pulling the pelvic down, somebody is lengthening up. So there is this separation action happening. Okay? So you can pull the thighs back. Good. Now the next thing that I want you to do is to imagine that she was on a mat. Okay? What if I ask you to tear the mat with your legs? What would you do? Tear. Yes. You try to push this forward, which makes this be active. When you try to push, it becomes, yeah, there you go. Yes? Good. Now, you try to push this back. So the action that's happening is two. The leg is going there, the other leg is going back. So if I had a mat, I'm trying to tear the mat. So, idea being, active here, active here. Yes? Now, like a decent tuck, don't go for a crazy tuck here. Then stay, the action is not this, you're pulling back. Now, as I said, if I want to make this better, this knee is here, right? The next thing that you can try to do, if your hips are open, you can try to bring this and this in parallel. Okay? When you start to do this knee and the hips parallel, then it starts, if you don't have external hip rotation, it starts to hit the knee. So when you're teaching somebody, at first, it's always better to be here. Then over a period of time, if you're comfortable, this leg stays the same. You can slowly start to take that leg more back. No, outside. Sorry, outside. Outside. Go, 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 go. Okay. Now can you see the toes again? Now bend. Now here. This stays rooted. You can play with that leg. The more wider you take, the more it becomes like a hip opening, or maybe you can say it comes even like a splits because it starts to hit. But I'm trying to hold the alignment of this and this, lifting the sides and this. That does not change. The only thing that changes that legs and the distance. Okay? Here itself, questions? Sorry? This one. This one does not change anywhere. You see this toe, the second toe, you're going to start to bend it in line with the second toe. The moment you feel like the second toe is gone, I can't see anymore, because when you start to bend the knee, there is a time it disappears. You stop over there. Maybe a small inch more, you stop there. This is where it's going to come directly above the ankle and stop.
For some, the knee is further.
Yeah.
It means that they have to move the
Yes. Two options. It might be because they are trying to align this and this. So what can you say? Take the knees back. As a result, it will go up, right? So less hip opening is needed. But I want to make them work on the hip opening. I will ask them to take that legs more back. So that is my leverage. I can play with that distance. That leg goes back, forward, however. But this stays the same. Okay? For example, you want to try the other side? Yes. If you do, for example, if you look at let's just say Shivananda style. Are you familiar with Shivananda style? For example, the orange book. Anybody has that? Bought anybody? Okay. If you look in the orange book, the Trikonasana that you see is very simple, it's like this. But if you go to Iyengar, you see a stance which is like this, a wider stance. Well, the idea somewhere it's the same. In Iyengar tradition, what you're looking for is stacking. Here it says that all the muscular structure, all the skeletal structure needs to come on top of each other. Stack, 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 so that the weight distribution of the body is equal. That's the idea behind there. But when you come to other practices, they are mostly focused on stretching. Let's just say I want to keep an even stretch from one part of the body to another part. Sometimes you'll also see Trikonasana like this rather than this. What happens is straight stretch. But the moment when I take this up, it becomes stacking. My upper part of the body is working against gravity. My lower part of the body is my upper part of the body is working with gravity. The lower part of the body is working against gravity. So the action is different. This part I'm pulling up. This part I'm pulling down. Oh, now I'm confused. No, this part I'm pulling up. This I am pulling down. So there is this separation of action that's happening. So this is the difference between Iyengar and the normal one, which can be Shivananda or any kind of classical text that you see. Okay, so in those texts there is no no warrior 1, 2 or 3, but this is like a setup thing. Okay, bend the knee. Now here, when I teach the people to keep the pelvic squared, the next thing is I can use the same technique, the same thing, the same stance that I taught them to go for Trikonasana or any kind of other poses, Parshakonasana or the side angle, all these things come. Okay, now a better way, for example, this is good, maybe we can try to work on the hips a little bit more, go more, this leg back, it's more back. Okay, taking the hands to the sides, lifting up, tucking the tailbone. We did all this. AED there, chin slightly up. The action is there is this pulling action which is happening, pulling back action which is happening, extending through the spine. Maybe you can pull this back. When you pull this back with the knees dropping, you can bring the toes with it. Okay, whenever you pull this, that is going to happen. Now from here, if I wanted to start to introduce lateral stretches, I can always ask her to look to that side. Slowly start to bend the elbow, place the elbow on the thighs. Right? Let the palm be up, you can make a fist. Let this start to come over here. Right? Now here, holding on to the same thing. What I want you to do is try to press into the elbow, try to lengthen this side also, and this is what you're stretching. You try to get that same line. This is the same line that you're going to follow through any kind of lateral stretches. Because I don't have my computer with me. It's like this. You go 1, 2, 3, 4. In Trikonasana, you just stop here. This is the same lateral stretches that you can introduce. In Trikonasana, what happens? The knee starts to straight. That's what's happening. So it can be wider stance, shorter stance, it doesn't matter. Trikonasana is a lateral, that's same here. Then from here, I want you to slightly hold the belly in, just the lower part of the ribcage. Okay? You're not looking for a back bend here. Your lateral stretches are best done like this. So I just to create that, I ask them to pull the lower part of the ribcage in. I can also say core activation, but if you say core activation, they start to contract. That's not what, if you contract, you start to round the chest in. From here, pulling the ribcage in, then you try to lift the top up. So there is two actions. This is going in and this is lifting up. Then if you're comfortable, you can look up to the palm, or you can keep looking to the sides, or even you can keep looking down. So this is the first version of, thank you.
This is what.
Yes. This is called Parshakonasana. Parshva means Parshakonasana. Yes. What is Parshva? It's not there in the book. Huh? This is a fake version of Parshakonasana. It's like a variation. Parshva means half. Sorry, Parshva means side, my bad. Parshva means side. Kona means angle. Parshva. Kona, what is Kona? Yes. Parshva simply means side. But this is not, this is a variation where you can start. But when you do this, make sure you're extending from both the sides, which is the same thing that you do for Trikonasana again. What do you mean extending from the same side? Because when you go to one side, you stretch the right. Yes. So this is the side that is stretching. So I always think I want to go more. But if on the sake of going, this goes in. Right? So I want to press the elbows into the kind of, not onto the knee, above the knee, and slightly pulling back so I can send myself over there. This is a great way to introduce lateral stretching. Right? So if you want to teach Parshakonasana, then place this over here. It's better to keep this here and have this parallel. So I can always ask her to take that knee back. Now when it comes to the actual posture, we're gonna try to place the hands down. Okay, so I give you two options. Sometimes
You might have heard most of the times people teach it behind. You can simply bend the knee. You can place your hands down here. Palms completely down. If that's okay, you can come, like, I'll change it, place it down directly here. What you're trying to do is you're trying to align your
Wrist.
yes, wrist, the top part of the wrist in line with the heels. Yes, you're holding on to the same sensation which kind of pulls the lower part of the rib cage in. The clavicular part goes up. Then from here you start to reach and stretch here. Yes, what's happening? You're not allowing this to fall forward. You're still holding on to that slight tuck. You're pulling this back. Make sure this doesn't go overlap here. Now I used the block behind. Yes, sometimes some people have very good back bend. So when they do this, naturally their body starts to tap into a back bend. Like this. Chest is too much open. For those kind of people, I will just make a small adjustment. I'm going to take this over here. Place the hand over here. So this restricts the body from falling into a back bend. This arch is gone. What would I do if somebody is excessively falling forward? I would do the exact opposite. I would just do this. So the way that you play with the front or the back, you can keep the stretch, or you can kind of bring that stretch into a proper line. So you see sometimes some tradition teaches in the front, some tradition teaches in the back, but we can use it according to the person if the arch is coming, and that's way better. You don't have to be like, oh, only in the front, only in the back. Use that. Yes? Now, if I want to assist here, can you bend the knee? Go rest again. To the sides. Good. First thing that I want to do, can everybody just come here real quick? Now, when you want to adjust somebody's pelvic falling forward or something, it's always a tricky play, because every time I try to rotate, because if this is falling forward, it usually means this part doesn't have the range to keep it open. But when I start to go here and start to pull this back, there's always a chance that this knee comes forward and you start to take load over here. So the best way is try to keep this here, try to make this as a guidance kind of assist rather than force. Say, okay, slowly start to externally rotate here, pushing the hips forward, then stay. So I am locking this here, but I don't have an aggressive pull because it's coming with the knee. Every time the knee is under load, I like to not go crazy because it's a vulnerable point of the body. It's a weight distribution part of the body. If any kind of pain comes there, it's gonna take a lot of time for you to heal. So pulling this back, and make sure this does not drop down. Most of the times when people do, it drops down. In what were we doing in Trikonasana? In Warrior, this you're trying to tear the mat. This is going back, that's going forward. So both together makes an action kind of lifting you up. So don't drop it back, up. Now from here, I ask her to take this. Now where is she placing the bicep comes somewhat here, look up. So you don't need to go really back, you tap into a back bend. The back shoulder blades are away here, and if you're comfortable you can look up. If you don't need to look, I said you can look down. I'm going to take my one hand. This knee is supported here, little bit top of the glute. This is how I can start to use her lateral muscles. This part I'm going to catch here. My left hand is going to catch here. A right hand, this is her tricep, starting point of the tricep. From here, look at the tricep. I'm rolling the tricep back and lengthening forward. You feel that stretch to keep here. Rolling the tricep slightly back, lengthen up. But I still have the support here, the knee. Kind of pushing forward, lengthen. If she is falling forward, I can ask her to pull this back, inhale, and exhale, lengthen. Stay here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So basically make her this as compact as possible.
Yes. And I'll also show you another thing, okay? Everybody just can you just simply take the stance, just come here, and then the left or right, just be here. Okay? So now you're gonna let the belly go, chest open, stretch to the sides. Okay, let the chest go forward, just kind of come into back bend, okay? Stretching the sides, your back is opening, you can look to the sides, no problem. Elbow straight, good. Okay, now from here, you're going to pull everything in, and you're going to take your hands over here, look. There, bring it more forward, look how much this, I think you're over here. You feel something that changes here, this part, the part underneath the shoulder blade starts to active. This is why I say you need to be able to spread the back. Spread the back. The way to go best lateral is not just this. Lateral muscles doesn't start from here. It starts from the back like this. Yes? So if you want to stress lateral, every time you use this itself does not make sense. It needs to come with this and this. This is how you go laterals because the muscles are connected like this.
Is it a slight internal? I feel like I can feel it more.
So, look, I'll tell you, this is what I said, look here. The muscles are not, nothing is like this. Everything is like this. This is how it goes. It's the angle is this. As I said, if you want to stretch a muscle in a good way, you have to come in line with the muscle. But in this way, if you want to stretch lateral stretches, better you can do this. And then you go to the side. Just try this out. Take the hands up, chest in, and then you go. You see what's happening? It's way better. You feel everything much more better. Okay? But in postural wise, we can't apply that. In postural wise, we need to go for the line also, more in an aesthetic way. So when you want to do that aesthetic way, you have to be able to hold this in. When you hold this in and mimic the feeling of spreading the entire back, you will get that. Not as much as this, but still. Yes, slightly. So your goal, it can be like you don't need to necessarily do this. Even if you do the slightest change of taking the hands forward, there is two things that changes. Your neck becomes more free. You can look forward rather than go. Second, you start to use the entire muscle and you start to come in line with the muscle and the muscle. And the palm is facing down, and I focus on this part. For example, if I'm going to go on the right side, sorry, left side, my right hand is there. You see this part? I start to press this down. This part is like being pressed down. Then, the moment you can just take to the side, then what happens if you press this down? It changes. See, Superman? Yes. That's the thing that I'm doing here also. Okay? Let's try the assist a little bit. First, let's bring the person into the setup of Warrior 2. From Warrior 2, you can go to Parshabhanasana.
Yeah, you are my teacher. Yeah, I was suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah, it starts to
Do you want to like?
But see, again, it comes to a feel. If you want to stretch that, you just get into this. You go forward itself, you start to feel. You can't do that necessarily. You need to do it. For example, in class IT, but you can go to another class directly, you have to have this. So, this is the best thing. But you can still have that feeling by turning this a little bit in. Just the slightest of movement. Slightly bring it just in. Just in. I think that's the side, right? On this side. No. Got that? Now what are you? Yeah, you got it. So even the slightest movement can change.
Yeah.
I'll see the other right. Yeah.
Can you go this side? Yeah.
Why is this like okay? What did you feel? The very end. How bad everything goes. See that what's happening with your pelvis? Now press the head. You need to suck the pull the belly.
Yeah.
Then what you follow is I go forward. Pull the belly, hands more up. More up and go straight. Lean a little bit back. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And then once it's staying now.
Now you get the feeling, right? That you know that you should like that way. Yeah.
You see that pull that happens? Can I see that? But that happens when you start to pull this up and tuck it in. feeling? By hello, because you have this external force, you have that feeling. Okay, when you do by yourself, that feeling is hard to get.
Yeah.
I just saw from your side.
And after that,
I can show that also. Okay. Can you come here? Everybody, can you come here for 1 second? I'll just show you a simple thing. You need a wall for this. Can you come here? You did it good. Okay, take the legs. This is a simple exercise that if you want to show people how to feel in this or what you're doing, basically. Take the legs apart. Now do the forward. Yes, the knee. Your bum has to touch the ball floor. Practice bend the knee. I know this after. Okay, now turn. You need turn first. Let this leg come here. Okay, we'll start moving. All right. Good. Now this thigh goes the other way. This thigh goes the other way. Okay. Now lift the sides up. Okay, hold it. Now. Take your hands to the sides.
this for the top.
Yes. When the start is, so you will understand this part has to be controlled in. When you tuck, this goes up, or this goes against gravity. This is the idea from here. Roll this out, roll this back, and pull back, look forward. Make an action which is pulling you back. It's like, you know, the upper body back, towards the left side, towards the left. Yes. Now holding on to this, see if you can apply the Parsvatanasana or to the side. This one you can place it also. Place the hands down. No stretch to the sides. But you see this coming forward? That's how it would happen. We try to keep it back. Usually why this falls forward is limitations of this external rotation. So we try to keep it back. I say try, because if you say excessively do this, there's going to be a lot of load on the knee. Try to keep it. That one opens the hip muscle. That's why I say
The idea is to keep it.
yes, skinny as possible. Yes.
One teacher told me it's like you can fit in it closer. I like that. yeah.
But see, like, yeah, that is the goal. Aesthetically, that is the goal.
Yeah.
But there are more better ways to really, if you want to do lateral stretches, there are really better ways to stretch lateral waist. But also, there's also another way of thinking about the body in an study. There's also another way of asking. You might keep your body in one like go inside, try to. But if you want to say the stretches and all, you don't maybe focus on the body, just focus on the body.
Yeah.
There's a different approach from this.
So I think your hip is
This knee.
yeah.
I asked you if it's very bad for the knee.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yes, that's better.
Slight roll.
Like, nice.
I can also train
You're gonna
the back if I want to bring them in alignment and everything.
And keeping the grip. Nice.
I know.
Sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Try to keep it limit as possible.
Yeah. I think if you go down, it tugs to this one.
Don't use this part. Maybe this one. Use it.
Yeah, I think when you go further
Now
down,
look, now he got that.
that's obviously very exaggerated.
Lower part of the skin in. Okay, straight. Same thing, same angle. We're going to change to here. Now
Push
rotate.
both. So it's almost like the direction. Yeah.
Nice, man, looks good.
Yeah.
Don't use the fingers. Don't push.
The
The change the knee go on. So look at all this. This is all like one hand.
Oh yeah.
This is how the stretches are.
Good. One more. So when I pull, you feel more the whole.
I also can raise a bit. This is always rest. If you pull, I can release this and then
Yeah.
and with the hands.
Now I know that.
Yeah. These things don't try to use the whole triangle, I always really think about. Okay.
I always try to make that action.
You know, I'm just really helpful. Yeah.
You get comfortable,
You just do
lean
it.
into it.
Yeah, you
Long
do.
before you get someone to adjust it.
Yeah.
Blocks like this. This is something I go asking everything is so depending on that. Yes. Here, line
Really?
Yeah.
Look, when he is doing his side is being collapsed or one you need both hands. Just turn to the side. Get on top, bend it.
No, just
Take this bit more forward. And then side, right. Then the other hold on to that, then the other one is there. Fine. For example, if I'm just pulling back, you will fall forward or fall back. Pull the pigeon. This hand facing down. Underneath the tricep and
One more now.
yeah. Rather than like, yeah.
Alright, do you want to... Right here. Then actually when you push it, that's when I feel it. It's like, when I'm in the position, it's not quite stretched, and then the push is stretch. Yeah, do you want to try this one? Okay.
Yeah.
yes.
Go forward. Nice.
Yes.
Tailbone. Head. Down.
You don't have
Here.
Yeah, this is
Here I'm fine.
you also
I'd like to
Even the earlier two.
Like that, right? You feel it? Not quite. Dario, can you help me with this assist real quick?
What do you mean?
I will make sure we assist, right? So she's in this position. From here? Okay, then I... Oh, okay. Which side is...
okay, can we do one more? Oh, look at this. But see, look, when this kind of thing happens, this is why I say come to a warrior. Now, do a good warrior. This is why I say the setup matters. And then here, my goal is to try to. This is all you go. You can stay there. Cut the tailbone. Hold this here. Hold this back. Knees falling in. Doing that. You understand? When you cut, the range here is gone. So the more touch, you give me a very strong touch. Show me. See that falling in? This is what I mean, the range matters. So when you hold the nice tuck here, not the frame. Now look, the knee falls in. Now if I ask her to work here, this is falling in. I need to find the right balance between this. So tuck, knee, that align, bend the knee, hands up. So same thing. Bend it. Don't change anything. Bend the elbow. Press your lower back into my hands. Yeah. Now place the elbow. Place the elbow. Press the elbow.
Okay.
Now she has.
Okay.
So here I'm not compromising with the knee. The knee is taking the angle which it allows. Don't take the forward, huh? So that's yeah, you have to
Take it back.
yes, take it. But here also you're giving that glide and try to bring it back. I can't force it to
Yeah,
that.
yeah. As much as the body
Yes.
allows it.
Yes. This because she lost that warrior too. You know why? Because this and all comes up. The lower part is in warrior two. It doesn't change. That's it. Find a good warrior two. Maybe the knees there. Doesn't matter. This press out. Trying to carry the mat. Find that. Then holding on to this in the lower part. Change the side. Change the stretch. Go here. Not enough. You take it more deeper.
So if you start to lose the, if you start to tilt more, you should just stay at the height, stay with more height.
Use a block.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Be like, okay, now I can go more. Use a block. Or you can be beginner times. You can always teach them this introduction to this lateral stretches. Stay here. Now, if this is the same alignment that you're going to straight, parallel, you're going to use for Trikonasana. So the lower part is the warrior 2 setup. That's why I said I use warrior 2 for most of the lateral stretches that is going to come. Okay, I'm going to have you here one more second. Now, can you turn towards that side and just take your legs apart. Just take your legs more apart. More apart. Take the right leg to the right side. Okay. Maybe not too much. A little bit less distance. Okay. This is there. Take your hands to the sides. Go into a Trikonasana. Go as deep as you can. Just go. Trikonasana. Like triangle. Knee straight and then knee straight. Just go. 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 She's nice. She's able to go till there. Okay. Let me have a look. Okay. Now stand up. She went till the ankle. Alright. Now steady. Hands to the sides. Let me see if I'm strong enough for this. Okay, tuck the tailbone. Now go. Don't reach forward. Once again, come on. I need a wall for this, but yeah. Always go this. Don't do that. Okay, now keep it. Belly in. Pull the belly in. Yes, now go. Just don't force it. Just yeah. See the difference? Now stay there. Stay there. Right. Go down. You can go as much as you want. This. We think that we are in one line. Yes. How? Because we think this and this is what makes the line or makes the same stretch. But the stretch that makes is this, 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 and this. So you need this to be in a straight line rather than making it fall any further. Is there a belt here? Can you take the hands up just okay. Can you kick onto this? Yes. Little bit up, pull. Doesn't come up, right? Yeah, it's not long enough. But so from here, just take the hands to the sides. Now go into Trikonasana here. Take the other hand up. But now, if I look at this, you see this? This shoulder is more forward. Yes. I want this to be back. Look at this. Right?
Oh, the line you're talking about
Yes,
is this line.
this line. This has to be there. But with the cost of, this line can change. You know how? If this falls forward, this can change. But if this is being pulled back, and this is being pulled forward, again it comes to the external hip rotation things. If this and this is there, you will start to feel it completely over there. For example, you can try the same Trikonasana without taking the leg to the sides. Can you just stand here like this? Just stand like this. Okay? So we're not going to use the knee. You don't need even this much distance. Just tuck the tailbone, hands to the side, and then go to the side. Don't change anything. Keep facing that side, go to the side. So you can take this hand even up.